Hey guys, it's Adam. Welcome to Do You Watch Anime, a show where I sit down with a guest and ask them, Do you watch anime? And we go from there. And today joining me is voice actor in such anime as Cherry Magic, A Condition Called Love, and Honey Lemon Soda. Kelsey Poppen, how are you today?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm
Of,
excited to chat with you.
of course, of course. So, do you watch anime?
I do watch anime. I've watched anime for a long time.
So, how did you originally get into watching anime?
Gosh, if I think it all started probably for most of young folks my age in the 90s. Pokemon started
Mm-hmm.
first. I had VHS tapes of Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it was Pokemon, and then it started to grow into my brother watched Dragon Ball Z, and I watched with him, and then it grew into not a lot of people remember this one, but Blue Dragon
Okay.
is one I watched, and then it fell into the original Fruits Basket in 2001,
So good.
and then
Yeah,
traumatized.
trauma. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that. So from the original Fruits Basket, where did you go from there? Did you like drop anime for a little bit and then pick it back up? Like,
No, I
mhm.
continued on with anime, but a lot of it was slice of life for
Okay.
a
Hell
while.
yeah.
Yeah, for a while it was sojo, slice of life. I just remember Fruits Basket being like the big one for me, seeing that it can tell such a deep emotional story that I wasn't used to when watching Pokemon. So I was like, I want to watch more of this. So there was quite a few. Trigun Stampede was a big one as
Oh,
well. I'm a huge fan of
yeah.
Trigun, and I even loved the remake
Hmm.
as well. And I'm really excited for the sequel, hopefully coming out. We get information about it
Yep.
sometime soon.
Let's-
But yeah, Trigun Stampede, and
Mhm.
then I did drop anime for a little bit in high school because I was just so busy. I didn't have time.
Yep.
And then I picked it right back up in college. And the anime that I got right back into it in college was Death Note.
Okay.
It was Death Note, and then gosh, oh, there was a romance anime that I completely forgot. Oh my gosh! But then right after Death Note, it was Attack on Titan, and then My Hero Academia, and that just like after that
Yep.
it's been that ever since. So there was a chunk break in
Yeah.
between, but it it has gone completely out of control after My Hero Academia, and just like reading the mangas and things like
Hmm.
that, and just like being like, wow, I'm really emotionally connected to these characters in this story. I don't know what to do with myself. I have to know what happens next. So yeah,
Oh, I love it. Yeah, My Hero's my favorite like anime ever.
same.
Yeah, it like
The amount of like stuff I have,
oh,
I don't know, where's my
oh,
camera? There it is.
oh, oh my god, that's so cute.
I have so much of Deku in his hero suit and things
Yeah.
like that. You can be a hero. You too can become a
Oh,
hero is one of my favorite things I talk about all the time. But
yeah.
sorry,
Oh,
continue.
no, it's oh my god, yeah. I have like a Deku and All Might tattoo. Like,
I love
yeah,
it. Ah,
yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, like this shelf behind me is all besides Fern and Oddish is all
I cannot wait for Vigilantes. It's gonna be
oh,
so good. I've been
so
waiting
excited. Yeah.
so long. So I'm excited.
Yeah. So what was kind of your reaction to being like additional voices on My Hero?
So it kind of happened out of the blue. I was
Yeah.
already in Crunchyroll recording for something, and then I got
Hmm.
an email being like, "Hey, do you want to hop over and record some My Hero Academia?" And that was the title in the email, and I just was like, "It's happening! Oh my gosh!" Like I just, my heart stopped. I was so excited. I don't even care. I'm a citizen that is so thankful for the heroes. I think
Yeah.
it was season 6, and I just was like, "Oh my gosh, this is happening!" Because in 2016, I read the manga before it became a show,
Oh wow.
and then my husband was like, you should watch this. I think you'd really like it."
Hmm.
And I did, and I was like, like crying, like this is so good, like, so, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
yeah, I can only imagine. Oh my god, I shit myself.
I was, the heart was pounding.
Oh my god, I love it. So besides My Hero, what are some of your favorites of like the last couple of years?
Whew, all right. Okay. I got this. Okay, so my hero is when people were to ask me like, I want to start anime, where do I begin?
Yeah.
My Hero Academia is one of them. I say Trigun Stampede for an original.
Oh, so good.
The Fruits Basket remake was absolutely
Yes.
incredible. Caitlin Glass directed that, and it was phenomenal, phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know some of these, but let's see if you do.
Yeah.
Yona of the Dawn
Oh,
was a huge, huge one for me.
so
I have
good.
I've been a fan since the beginning. Devastated there's not a season two, but I
Mm-hmm.
continue to read the manga. Snow White with the red hair
Yep.
was a really big one for me. Other than acting, I'm a big science girly, so
Yeah.
just I really liked a female character that had some scientific knowledge and being a lead in her own story.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, if I am having a bad day, those are the animes that I kind of like repeat in my head. Attack on Titan. You have to be in a mood. I have to be in a mood
Yeah.
to watch that. I have to be in a mood to be like, all right, I want something intense.
Yeah.
But there's been so many good animes of late that I either had an amazing opportunity to be a part of, or I've had my friends be, and it's just awesome to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big part in Buddy Daddies. Buddy Daddies is so much
Yeah.
fun. I am currently watching, obviously a Honey Lemon Soma. You can tell I'm a voice actor because I can talk so well.
Yeah.
Honey Lemon Soda, Zenshu, and Kaiju number 8 is also fantastic.
So good.
And Laid Back Camp is great if you want something kind of cozy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I know that there's so much more, and I'll probably think of it as we go on. But that I would say is like the right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could watch Laid Back Camp like every day of my life and be happy. It is
I
just
have to have a snack
yep.
when I'm sitting down. If not, I will be so hungry as I watch it.
Oh, yeah, totally. Absolutely. Every single time they cook, I'm like
I'm like, I want this. I want this now. Like,
yeah.
where can I find this?
Yeah,
In
I want
Texas, where
yeah.
can I find it?
Yeah, I'm like, hot dogs, let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Camping outside, it looks cold. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
I want this.
Yeah. So, going back to the Fruits Basket remake, I I swear every episode I talk about it because it's just so good.
So good.
Yeah, and it was the first anime I ever watched weekly.
Yes.
Yeah, and oh, it's just
Amazing.
so good.
It
Oh,
is phenomenal,
yeah.
emotional, the music, the animation, and of course the 2001 version didn't finish
Mm-hmm.
the manga, so we got to actually finish for the Fruits Basket story, and that like just it blew me away, and
Yeah.
how good they kept to the story, and it just whew, you never would think it. You're just like, my friends are like, what is Fruit Basket about? Is it about fruit? And I'm like, no, but
No.
there it's about the zodiac animals and a lot of trauma. So I think you really like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I showed it to one of my friends who's like very like shonen, and we watched the first like 3 episodes, and he's like, I really like this. I was like, yeah, and it gets way more traumatic from here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, and like, oh, it's probably my second favorite anime ever. It's
Yes.
just so
It's one of
good.
my favorites as well.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. And so you mentioned manga. What are some of your favorite manga?
Whew, okay. Yoda of the Dawn, of course.
Yep.
My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the ones that I actually own. There's others that I rent from the library or I borrow from friends that I still enjoy. But these are like the keepsakes that I either go back to. Laid Back Camp. There is a manga. I will be actually super excited if you have heard of this. Sweat and Soap.
Yes, I have it all. It's so good.
It's Sweat and Soap. It
Yep.
is one of my favorites. I'm waiting for an adaptation.
Yep.
And I have a lot of light novels as well. Recently, there was just an adaptation announced with a light novel. It was just A Princess Knight. And I was like, gosh, I remember reading that years ago. And I just am so excited it's being adapted now. And then Mono, I think it's called Mono, but it's the same creators of Layback Camp, but it's a photography club.
Ooh.
I think, watch me type on this podcast as I look, make sure that I'm saying it correctly.
All good.
It is, it's Mono. But it is the same creators as Layback Camp, but it's a photography club.
Oh, sign me up.
And it's phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
and they're adapting it, so the anime will be out this
Let's
spring.
go.
It's gonna be out this spring, so it's gonna
Heck
be
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Oh my God, sign me up. Let's go.
Yeah.
All you had to say was creators of Laid Back Camp. I'm like, I'm in. Yep. I'm in. Oh my God. Yeah, Sweat and Soap. So good. It got me collecting manga again. Like,
yes. And it was just a very entertaining read because my favorite kinds of stories are the ones where you least expect, because I'm not to my own horn, but I'm pretty good at predicting plots.
Yeah.
Or predicting what's going to happen next. And that one actually threw me for a loop of just like what was going to happen to the characters.
Yeah.
Again, same with most. I think that's why I like anime so much, because it is so unpredictable. Because they don't have, they have ratings, but they don't have to worry about being released in theaters and kids watching it. So they kind of let loose a lot more.
Yeah.
And unexpected things happen in anime that I am just like, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I really like that medium. It's very unexpected. And I think the creators, they take chances in making a very dramatic and emotional tale.
Yeah, because it's not like, it doesn't feel money related, like they're not trying to get a box office hit or anything. It's just, it's for the art. And that sounds so I don't know, stuck up. I'm not stuck up, but like, but yeah, I feel you on that, because the amount, that face is exactly me watching Apothecary Diaries every week.
Oh my gosh, I'm such a fool. I forgot about. I literally own all of the Apothecary. I don't know why that one just flew again. Mom brain.
Yeah, all good.
I would have to say Apothecary Diaries is one I watch weekly as well, and I have all of the manga as well. How did I forget?
So good.
It's literally sitting on my shelf next to everything else. But yes, Apothecary Diaries is one of my favorites.
So good. So good. Like, like that season where we had Freerin and Apothecary Diaries coming out. Oh,
I'm so happy you were just like now naming the, because of Freerin. Oh my God, Freerin. That emotionally destroyed me so much. Wow. That was fantastic. I loved Mallory as Freerin.
Yes.
And Jill as Fern. So and Jay did just a great job directing. So just all around, I can gush about it all day.
Oh yeah, like the pacing in Freerin is unmatched. Like, I literally, like, I think it was like 5 episodes in, I'm like, I've never seen something like this.
I recommend. That's another one I recommend, and it's on Netflix now. So I try to be like, great friends, here's your chance.
Yep.
You don't need a Crunchyroll subscription. Like, here you go.
Exactly. Like, oh my God. And like the values it teaches and like everything, I'm like, why is this changing my life?
I agree. It's phenomenal. It's so great.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, because I had heard about the manga before it got announced for an anime, and I was like, okay, I'll see. And then the anime got announced. I was like, okay. And I read the first volume, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be really good. And then the anime came out, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm crying. I knew what was going to happen. Yeah. but I'm still crying. Oh my god.
It's very rare. I mean, you definitely see grief being talked about in a lot of anime.
Mhm.
It is not an anime unless someone loses somebody,
Mhm.
or there is some. It's like the Disney movie. Most of the
Yep.
main characters have lost a parent. But Frieren talks about grief in a different kind of way,
Mhm.
and the immortality of Frieren tells a very more sensitive story, and that's what I really like about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like straight up. I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to talk to everyone around me more because life is so short."
Yes, so true. It hurts me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
I'm
like,
getting old. I don't want to get old.
yeah, yeah, straight up. I'm like, "No." Um but yeah, I'm like, I'm learning this from an anime. And then, I'll watch Dragon Ball Z and be like, "Ah,"
Yeah,
Um
lots of screaming. Lots of
a
screaming.
lots of screaming. But yeah, so good. It's straight up. Oh, I again have a free written tattoo. Like,
Oh, that is awesome.
yeah, yeah, like,
That is amazing.
yeah, and
Incredible.
yeah, so good. I can't say enough good things about free Rin.
Me too.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh
One
my
of my
god.
faves.
So moving on to anime you voice in. You voice in probably one of my favorites of, I think it came out last year. Cherry Magic. You
Yeah.
voice Girl Boss, Kurosawa's sister. How was that? Because she is a queen.
She is a queen. She is probably one of the most interesting characters for me because I am not a very what's the word? I don't even know what word I'm just not very like
Yeah,
snippy snappy. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. I'm very much
yeah,
like please and thank you.
yeah,
Would that be okay?
yeah,
Can I ask for this, please and thank you? And if it's okay, you don't have to worry about it. Like
yeah,
I'm very just like, oh, I guess people pleaser might be a word for
yeah,
it. She's very much like this is how it's going to happen, and that is it. And that was a really fun character for me, and I got to use my natural voice, maybe a little bit higher, but
yeah,
I have a brother, and I definitely know what that's like of just being like, oh, you're so like like, and I think my favorite line was just her going GPS, like because she had a GPS tracker on
yeah.
Kurosawa, and but she's my favorite thing is like she's not stupid.
Hmm.
She's like, I see the thing that you guys have for each other, and it's special, and I think you should, stop beating around the bush and just, stay with him, and I'll stay at your place, and I love that.
Yeah, yeah. She's the captain of the ship.
Yes, captain of the ship.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Cherry Magic was literally one
It
of
was
my
great.
favorites. It
They
was
did a
so good.
phenomenal job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh my god. And like, what do you think of the impact that shows like Cherry Magic have had just on the landscape of anime? Because there's more BLs coming out than ever before, and I'm so
Yeah.
here for it.
I'm here for it, and I'm here for the directors casting actors who are also identifying in that area.
Yeah.
Um, it was Dio Gardner and Damon Mills, if I'm correct. Yes.
Hmm.
My brain's a little scattered, so I'm like, but they're just phenomenal actors and great people. But
Hmm.
to have people cast in those roles that they identify with that character in that manner is very special. And I think that was not something that was done not even a few years ago, like a while ago.
Yeah.
So being able to see that now and take those steps, I think it's very important to tell those kinds of stories because those stories matter. Because love matters
Yeah.
and get hate out of here. But
Yeah.
love matters and love wins. So I think it's really special to have those stories to be told and have people identify and also just kind of relate to it. And I really liked it because these gentlemen were a little bit older. They weren't high school boys.
Yeah.
So they were like, I really liked the stories where the love between, the same sex, but they're just kind of older in age. It shows that love can be any age, really, is
Yeah.
why I really like it.
Yeah. And like I really like the kind of discovering yourself aspect as well.
Yes.
Um yeah, and like it obviously can be like silly at times. It's hilarious. It
Yes.
is absolutely hilarious. But there's times where it's like it takes its time to tell the story and it's just so nice.
It does. And it has
Yeah,
a happy ending.
it
And that's what I
does.
love too.
Yeah.
Because I refuse, and I know what happens, but I refuse to watch Banana Fish. So
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I try to tread carefully and just like, those really hard animes that you just can't watch. I got tricked into watching Wolf Children.
Oh god, yeah. One of my first anime getting me back into anime was Your Lie in April. Um I will never forgive my old roommate for that.
Yeah.
Like literally I was like, "Yeah, I kind of want to get into anime again." And he's like, "Here's Your Lie in April." I was like, "Ooh, romance, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Ha, just kidding. Here's
Not
a gut
expecting
punch.
it.
Like
Yes.
I was like, "Do you hate me?"
Do you wish me ill?
Yeah,
Yes.
like I'm
Like
crying. Oh my god. I was
I
like,
agree with that.
oh goodness. I was like, please, I need to be in a mental state, like a proper mental state for this.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So moving on to A Condition Called Love. You voice Hatoru's mother. How is
Yes.
it voicing the mother of such a cinnamon roll?
Easy.
Yeah.
Uh, I think one of my you've probably heard this from other actors and directors. A lot of voices have what we call a typecast, where like there's a voice that just fits in a certain niche. Um, my voice fits in a very warm light, and it's it's easy for me to play warm characters and caretaker characters,
Yeah.
which would be a mother. I play a teacher. I play a maid who takes care of her master. Like it's very easy, but I also love to be challenged and play those characters that are unhinged or
Hmm.
scary or like a girl boss like Mari is.
Yeah.
And playing Hatoru's mom was really cool because it was, I believe, my first mom character.
Okay.
And at the time, I was pregnant, so
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna be a mom, so this is what it feels like. But it was simple and
Hmm.
easy to voice such a mom to a cinnamon roll because her daughter's the sweetest, and she's just trying to figure love out, and love is hard at that age.
Yeah.
I remember being that young, and Danny Chambers did a really great job at being Hotaru
Oh yeah.
and speaking so just light and soft on just wanting to explore her environment and figure out her love. And it's a beautiful story, but it
Yeah.
was easy.
Hmm.
Cake.
Yeah. Yeah, I I love that anime so much, like literally, because I had no idea what it was about. Like my partner was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna watch this season." I was like, "Okay, all right, that works, cool." And then we put it on, and I was like, "Oh no, this is gonna wreck me. This is gonna." I love every character so much. Like,
Hmm.
oh,
Great
just
job.
yeah, oh,
It makes you warm and fuzzy
yep.
everywhere.
Yep, so good. And then one of my friends is like, if you're warm and fuzzy, the manga is gonna there's some things. I was like, ah, god damn it. Um, but yeah, so speaking this season, you're voicing Ayaka as well as some other additional voices on Honey Lemon Soda. How is that going?
Fun.
Yeah.
It is a fun story, and I've been entertained by going back to what it was like in high school. And how being someone who's wise in her years
Yeah.
and age, and being a new parent myself, being able to play a character that is so like, so what are we doing this weekend? Where are we going? And oh my goodness, this is the best. And and just she just kind of follows the flow.
Yeah.
We call her bun girl because she has the low buns in her
Yeah,
hair, but
yeah.
she is very much just kind of wanting to do all things a high schooler should be doing by having adventures and um, hanging out with her friends and going on these trips and figuring out classes. And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing for my future, but for right now, it's fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was such a nice time
Such
in
a
high
nice
school.
time.
I didn't know what in high school I was just like, it's crazy to think back at that time in your life when you're like, wow, I woke up for school at 6 a.m., went to school till 3, had sports, had homework, and I still made it.
Yeah. Jeez, oh my God. Yeah. So when you're voicing like a high schooler like that, do you put yourself in kind of like back in high school, like that kind of frame?
Yes.
Okay.
I put myself in kind of like a very fun, carefree voice
Mm-hmm.
style. It's different for every high schooler because there, as you know from our lead, she is soft spoken.
Yeah.
She's a soft spoken high schooler. So it depends on who your character is because there are the folks that are, more shy. Ayaka is more of like, I think I'm going to go with the flow, but I like hanging out with my group of people and like to do my own thing. Like she plays basketball in one scene and goes on that nature's hike and shares photos and talks about movies and weekends and we should karaoke and things like that.
Yeah.
So it definitely does depend on the character because me personally, I was not a shy high schooler. I was very extroverted, a social butterfly. So those are pretty easy to kind of come out and put myself in that shoes because she is
Mm-hmm.
a bubbly little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I've again, it's been one of my favorites this season. Like,
it's awesome.
yeah, not because
Sean's doing great.
yeah,
Monica, Chris,
yeah,
everybody.
so good. Like every episode I'm like, this is just so nice.
It's just so
Oh,
nice.
it's
Yes.
just and oh, it's
It
just
makes you want to go find a lemon soda.
yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve Yurko.
And I'm Tara Sands. Now available from Maji Media is our new podcast, 4Kids Flashback. 4Kids is the company who brought you the English dub of Pokemon in the late 90s and so many other shows like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kirby, the infamous One Piece dub, and so many more.
We'll be talking to the people who worked at 4Kids. Actors, directors, writers, editors, producers, engineers, you get the point. And hopefully get the answers to questions both you and I have about the company.
I actually worked there as a voice actor on some of the shows.
And I was a kid watching the shows and remember way more than Tara does.
And thank God for that. Steve is actually a professional storyboard artist, which gives some really unique insights into anime and animation. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. That's the number 4 Kids Flashback.
Hey guys, welcome to the Patreon shoutout portion of today's episode. And this is basically a portion where I give my little patrons a shout out because they help me, they donate to the podcast and they help it run. And if you want to become a patron, you can go down below. You get exclusive videos as well as behind the scenes and even the episodes a day early. Thank you to Hayden, Gio, Blythe, Keith, Brooke, Ray, Bunny, and Mikey. Thank you guys so much for all your support. And yeah, thank you guys for all your support. And back to the episode. It makes me thirsty after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how did you get into acting in general?
That's a great question because a lot of people ask me like how you got into anime. So I do love the question of like how you got into acting.
Yeah.
Me personally, in my story, I think that's one of my favorite thing about acting is everyone's story is so different.
Mm-hmm.
And mine started young and just watching TV show movies and being like, I want to do that. So it honestly started on stage. So I was a theater. I was not a musical kid. I was a
Okay.
theater kid.
Okay.
And that's just me. I sing in the car and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been professionally trained and that's okay. Singing is just not my thing, but I did love doing acting in theater and doing those things growing up. And I think it was just the storytelling and being able to be someone else and step into their shoes, into their world and dive into something that's a lot more personal and more deep. As a kid, I just liked to play people that weren't me.
No, I get that.
So
I was the same way.
As
Yeah.
an adult, I'm like, now it's like, it's a story, it's emotion. But you don't tell like a 7-year-old who wants to play Lucy in the Narnia stage play that she wants to do it because it's an emotional story. She wants to do it because she's like, I want to wear the cool dress and be able to be on stage and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have been able to continue theater on and off throughout my whole career, and on top of that, I've also dived into the sciences too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also a marine biologist on the side, and so I've dived into all of my passions.
Yeah.
And I love my passions, and I'm very happy to have a supportive partner and just being able to work hard and do the things I love. And I think that's what life's about. So,
Yeah. So touching on the marine biologist part, how did you get into that through like, because I again saw on Twitter like marine biologist and I was like, sorry?
Pardon?
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people like to tease me on that. They're like, you're the one of the girls who said she wanted to be working with dolphins, and then you actually did it. So yeah, I actually did it. I didn't even grow up by the ocean. I grew up in Chicago. And,
Okay.
Chicago actually has a fantastic Brookfield Zoo and Shedd Aquarium, and they have dolphins, beluga whales at the Shedd Aquarium. And I'm obsessed with the ocean. So then as a kid, I was constantly on top of, trying to be a theater like tap dancing star, on the side reading zoo books and reading about dolphins and belugas.
Yeah.
And growing up, I wanted to do both. So I went to school for psychology and the sciences, and studied a lot in the marine biology and did internships. And it's a lot of work, but it's possible. I applied to lots of jobs and got a job in Hawaii and lived there for a while.
Okay.
And, worked there and indulged in the theater in Hawaii. Believe it or not, they have.
Oh, wow.
It was fun then. And yeah, that is. I'm trying to think what else I'm missing. Nothing. I just love it. I love the ocean and I love theater, so I do both.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I love it.
Love it. Why not do whatever you love whenever you want to do it?
Exactly.
Why limit yourself?
Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We wear as many hats as you want. You only have one life.
Exactly. So going back to voice acting, how did you get into, like, did you specifically want to go for anime voice acting or was it voiceover?
I wanted to start in just the voiceover in itself, and it was I was taking improv classes, and someone had mentioned like voiceover, like using my voice for acting, and it was 2019, and then shutdown happened, so it was very like, and I was already diving into like, looking into fan dubbing and like how does this all work. Once I got into the voiceover genre, I was taking just like acting voiceover classes. Then that I was like, oh my gosh, the shows I love in anime are voice actors. How can I do what they do? Because I love that medium. And so I just worked my butt off to figure out how to train, how to take classes, how to work, how to audition and use my voice, and then move to Dallas. And then ta-da! And so now it's here and I'm able to do this and it's amazing. But it did start off with just like, okay, voiceover, like commercials and audiobooks, because I think my first gig was an audiobook for a teenager that was about something with the sciences. I think it was something with weather. It was something with weather, and I and then someone contacted me through an email that was like, hey, do you want to do my fan dubbing for Berserk?
Oh my God.
I was like, first of all, who are you and where are you and what? And at the time I knew what Berserk was, but I was not familiar with actually watching the show.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that. The anime I've grown up watching and reading, I could voice in those shows. If I work hard enough, if I train hard enough, it's possible. So, ta-da! Here I am.
Here you are. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. So, since having a kid, how has it been kind of juggling marine biology, acting, and everything in between?
Yes. I am so grateful to have a healthy son. He's adorable. Juggling motherhood and acting has been tricky.
Yeah.
But I am very, very lucky to have such a supportive partner who is able to, we're able to kind of work off of each other and off our schedules to make sure we can do the things we want, audition. I kind of have to change my whole auditioning regime now, because before baby, I would be like, I can get in the booth whenever I want before this deadline of this audition. Now it's, I got to get in the booth when he's asleep.
Yeah.
And that could be at any point. And so it turned into doing auditions at midnight, or 4 a.m. or things like that. So I have a really great booth setup, but if he screams loud enough, it's just a little, you can hear a little bit of it. But I've been really grateful in that regard, and I have been able to continue to work. It's just, balancing schedules and balancing, you know, okay, he's asleep. I've got 20 minutes. He's in that stage where he's still really young. So I know that will change when he gets older, but he is in need of constant attention at shorter intervals at a time.
Yeah.
And that is where I'm currently at and learning how to juggle.
Yeah.
It's just been like 20 minutes. Okay, gotta go. And I actually kind of like it because it makes me not rethink or second guess myself.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I did it. Send it in. Because sometimes when you have too much time, then you're like, and you dwell, you think about it. This time it's like, nope, you did your best in that moment.
Yeah.
And that is the best you can do. Away with you.
So he's doing you a favor. Yeah.
Yeah. And the sessions I've been able to I've been able to let folks know my schedule, and we've been able to kind of work around it. So it's been nice.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. So what was a point in your career where, like, voiceover or acting otherwise, where you thought to yourself, wow, I'm doing the right thing for me?
That's a great question. I love that question. I think it's when it's funny. It's every time I get in the booth, even when it is just an audition, I get to say, wow, I get to do this. Because there was a time that I didn't get to do this, and I was working towards wanting it. So there's a saying of like, remember when you thought about where you wanted to be and now you're here, is something I tell myself even on the days that get hard, that I get to go into a studio that has created my favorite medium for years. I've gotten to go in for One Piece, My Hero. Like, it's like I'm getting to go in and see where the magic is made and get to work with, because it's not just the actors, it's the directors, it's the sound engineers, it's the script writers that are making all this possible. I've met my heroes when I was younger and watched their shows, and they're just walking around the halls and they're like, hey, and I'm like, and then I'm like, play it cool. I'm like, hello. I'm gonna freak out. And it's every single time, and there are days where it gets hard, not specifically in our work. I mean, it gets hard in our work just like any work does, but life is hard. And so when you're just like swimming in just like, bad thoughts and just not having a good time, and then you get into that booth and you're like, okay, I get to tell this really cool story, and I get to, touch folks who watch my work, and they're like, wow, I love this. Like, I get to do that. I've had people message me and they're like, I love you in this character. It's made me very happy. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to be like whenever I get to cons. I don't know. That's so, all these amazing people. So the fans is what makes everything special. Yeah. And everyone who works behind the scenes too. So
yeah. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, so when you were starting, who were some of the voice actors you looked up to?
Yeah. Oh, please don't hate me. I hope she doesn't hate me for this. I can never say her last name. Colleen Clinkbird. Clinky. She's
Clinkenbeard,
my
I think. Yeah.
hero. Luffy.
Yeah.
She was a game changer for me way when I first started, because I was like, wow, she's not only she woman, but she can voice a male character. I can too. Like, it's just like she showed that our voices can be limitless, and that is something I loved very much was Colleen. Caitlin Glass, just loved not only her acting but her directing, and Jade and Emily Fajardo. It's just like, hey, don't get me wrong, I love the dudes, but
Yeah.
like seeing the women in this industry
Oh,
made
yeah.
me feel so empowered. That I was just like, wow, these people are so awesome. And there was definitely some gentlemen that I was like, wow, I just love your acting. I love what you bring to the character. And I've loved watching Sean work as a director. And we have Lee George and so many others that just bring such great storytelling and characters. And for My Hero Academia, Justin Briner, I met him for the first time in an elevator going into a session. He doesn't know who I am, and that is okay.
Yeah.
Does not hurt my feelings at all, because he's getting and when you get into studio, we're in work mode, like
Yeah.
it's a place of work, so we're like focused. But then he was like, what floor? And I was like, and he was like, oh, this floor, please. And he just, that whole time I was like, this is really happening. He's in the elevator. And because he's brought in so much great character to Deku. I also got to be in a show with David Matranga, and he voices Shoto Todoroki. And Todoroki's a great favorite of mine too, so we kind of ran into each other as we were going into our session, because he was in Buddy Daddies too as Ray. And he was like, oh, hey, like, going in, have a good time. And I'm like, I get to do this. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna freak out. But I've also I've gotten to meet so many amazing more women in the industry too. I'm working with Helena for a condition called love was so much fun, and just so many creative people, and we get to all share the same space and get to work. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm it's so unfair, because I know I have a million more names on my brain, but I'm just
Yeah. No, that's completely valid.
mom brain, man.
Yep. All good. It was, oh my God. Yeah, that's, there's some times where voice actors will email me back, and I'm just like, me? What? Huh?
Yeah, we love talking to folks like you guys. You guys make the world go round. So we appreciate it.
Yeah. There's been a couple times where I've shot up out of bed at like 5 a.m. because someone emailed me, and I was like, no way.
Amazing.
I will clear my schedule for you. I don't care.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, I grew up with you. Like, Jesus. Oh my God.
Amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, so going back to My Hero, what's been kind of your favorite thing about My Hero?
Oh, I can go about this all day. My absolute favorite thing, and I will say this to the moon and the stars. My favorite thing about My Hero Academia is that he is a hero who makes mistakes and fails all the time. And that's something that's easy to relate to people, because no one's perfect. We make mistakes all the time. We're not like One Punch Man who just takes a punch and then that's it.
Yep.
I rooted for Deku constantly, and I would be shocked every time when he loses. But that doesn't stop him from continuing his story on becoming a hero, and also his soft heart of just, dealing with so many characters who are lost, and some of them are just pure evil. Some are just like evil just because society made them evil, and some are just like, no, you're just awful.
Yeah.
muscular, you're
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
We don't like you. Sorry, Jim. Jim voices muscular Jim Ferranda, and he did a phenomenal job with that character. And it's just like, I'm like, actually, you're a terrible person. Like, I don't like you. But Gentle Criminal was a great story to see of just like how society made him the way he is, and that not just the villain stories were kind of whack. It was the hero society with Hawks and Lady Nagat, and there's darkness between people who are in charge of the heroes too.
Dude, when that got introduced, I was like, oh.
Hawks is my favorite. I will say that now.
Okay.
Hawks, a mix of Deku and Todoroki, and then Bakugo just has a great character development.
Yeah.
I think his character development is similar to Prince Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay, I see it.
And I personally love Prince Zuko's character arc. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the best shows ever.
Yep, literally.
I can watch that every day.
Same.
Zuko's story is just so good that when I watched Bakugo, I thought for sure he was going to be an a-hole the whole time.
I was like, I hate you. Shut up. Please. Just stop talking. And he's not.
And Cliff did such a good job with making him soft in some points, even with using that same voice that he uses. And it's just, those are my favorite kind of interesting characters, are the ones that are always rough around the edges, but there's a soft spot somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but that I think is my favorite, because you would think like he's going to go one for all 100%. But then he gets beat up and then he loses.
Yeah.
And that's something that sticks with me, being like, I lost, but I'm going to keep going. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like my first watch, I was like, All Might's my favorite character because he's a little silly guy, right? He's just a silly guy. And then I rewatched because the third season was coming out, so I rewatched the whole thing, and I was like, oh, there's more to this than just silly little superheroes doing a thing. And I was like, damn. And then Deku became my favorite character, bar none. Like, literally would die on a hill for him. I've had arguments on this podcast being like, Deku's a crybaby. No, you are.
Nah, he is a human with real emotion.
Exactly.
And that is something that I will teach my son, is that you can cry and you can be sad and angry, because there are points when All Might cries.
Yeah.
And Bakugo cries.
Mm-hmm.
Does Todoroki cry?
I don't think so. That's a good question. I don't know about that one.
We're like, where is those tears?
Yeah. Yeah. 5 weenies. Where are those tears?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, I love Deku so much. And I think that he is just one of the best protagonists ever. I know he's not going to get the respect he deserves, but he is.
Yes, you'll get it from me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that so many characters in My Hero have so much potential, and like, just, they're all so goddamn good, except for Muscular. No.
All of them have a crossroads of why they became who they are.
Yeah.
Why they chose hero, why they chose villain, and also just the ideals of those who didn't have quirks and those who have quirks but they're not useful.
Yeah.
Shinso's quirk is a very why wasn't he sent into the heroes program? And obviously the quirks that you think that can turn evil, or be used for evil, because it's true, there are lots of powers that there are people in the hero society, they're like, that guy could turn on a dime and everyone would be screwed. So it's,
dude, the guy with the guns,
I felt that was very intriguing.
Yeah.
As a story.
Yeah. Like, I thought Bakugo was going to turn to the other side like so many times.
Yeah.
And then no. Thankfully, no. thankfully. But yeah, there's so many heroes that I'm like, you could be a villain very easily. Like the dog guidance counselor, the guy with the guns, very easily. Especially with their character design. I'm like,
Yep. All of them could have been so yep.
Oh my god. And like there's obviously characters that I would love to see more background of, like Momo. I wanted to learn more about Momo so much. Like, she's rich. Why does she need to be a hero, right?
Yes.
Like, I want to know, but
Yes.
you only have so much time.
Yes.
Toga is one that at first I was like, I don't like this. This is okay. All right. And then as she progressed, I was like, oh, this is an incredible character.
Yes.
Yeah.
At first you're like, and then those little side stories happen. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm sat. I'm sitting down.
Yeah. It's like I liked Twice because he was funny. And then I cried when the stuff happened with Twice. And I'm like,
yes.
mm.
Twice is a perfect character of what could have happened if things went right for him.
Yeah.
And he has an incredible power.
Yeah.
And that his death by a hero, I think, by Hawks. When I read that in the manga, I was like, no, Hawks by. I was like, no, don't. But that story too was very intriguing because Hawks gave him a chance, and he was like, no, I'm going to do this for my friends, and that's something that cuts you deep.
Yeah,
literally.
Literally. But yeah, and I think that like I will say this, Endeavor's arc is incredible. I will say that.
Yes.
Like the whole like going from complete piece of shit to acknowledging he's a complete piece of shit to being like, okay, I understand you don't like me. I'm sorry, I'll back off kind of thing. I'm like, damn, progression.
People don't give that enough credit.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to unpack with that character.
Yes.
But he's probably the first that really tried. Yeah. And especially when, Dobby is introduced, that threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
Watching that in motion, just of him realizing, oh, look what I've done. And whew,
yeah. They know how Horikoshi knows how to rip your heartstrings. Literally. I'm like,
literally.
I I could go on for hours about how good it is because oh my goodness. So
agreed.
Yeah. What's a series that you would, it could be out, it could be, in the future. What's something you would love, would would love to voice in?
Honestly, anything, any opportunity is an incredible opportunity for me. And that's, and it's because I'm like, wow, I get to be in this story and I get to be this character and tell this story.
Yeah.
I have dreams. Absolutely. If anything, I dream to audition for those shows.
Yeah.
Because I believe as an actor that every role is meant for someone. And even though I could love a show and a character, that role might not belong to me. It might belong to someone else. And that is okay. And that's something that a lot of actors need to kind of sit with. It's just that you could love something and it might not be yours, but you can still love it. I never thought I never thought I would be in My Hero, but I got to go in as a civilian, and that's just enough for me. And it was so great. I would love to audition for all of the shows that I admire so much. Obviously, Vigilantes is coming out soon. So if there is a chance to audition, I want to have a chance to audition. And I want to audition for the new Mono series, for Laid Back Camp, for the photography. I'm hoping more of the light novels that I've been reading get adapted, but it is kind of like, if they get adapted, I just want to audition. And that's kind of where I've always been as an actor. I was like, I would love to be in the show, but to show what I can do in the audition pieces, that's all I want.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So going from manga to light novel, is there much of a like kind of a like something you got to get used to, or because I know a lot of people are like, "Ooh, I don't want to read a light novel."
I'm a huge reader in general.
Yeah.
I read lots of books. Light novels are really fun for just, I literally am like, the reason why they're called light novels is because they feel light. They tell different kinds of stories that not everybody's super into. Some light novels are a one and done, or 5 and done. And sometimes that closure is all you need.
Yeah.
I enjoy, there's not so much as a huge difference between the two for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy both and like to read stories in general. So I don't see too much of a difference, but I do like that some light novels are like, I read this book and it's done. Like there's no more, like this ending happened and I have to, wipe my hands clean. That story's over. That I would say is what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of why I really like Sweat and Soap. This is a manga, but Sweat and Soap is because it's 12 volumes.
12
That's
volumes.
it. And it got recommended to me on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I love romance, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I'm hooked. And I bought like the first 10 like as they were coming out, and then the 11th, and then I think there's 12.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. And when I held the 12th volume and I saw that cover, I was like, I'm crying in a bookstore right now.
Yep. Like this is it.
This is it.
All I got. And I like having a collection where it's not a bajillion books, so that it's just like, and it's done. It's all done. But there's a very rare few that just have 12 volumes, and then Yona the Dawn is still going.
Every time I walk by in the store, I'm like, oh my god.
Like, it's gonna kill me, it's gonna destroy me. I'm like, I just want a season 2.
Well, yeah, it's like Inuyasha is like 52 volumes or something like that. And I'm like, that's so much.
Yes.
Like the original Sailor Moon.
I'm really lucky that the library I go to have a good, decent stack. Or I have really good friends who let me borrow their pieces.
Yeah.
That I don't have to invest too much in that. But if I really like a volume I use from the library, I'm like, okay, I'll save my money to buy the volume later.
Yeah.
To keepsake it. But
yeah. I'm like 30 volumes into Comey, and I'm like, oh boy. That's
a great one though.
Oh, so good. It got me, Sweat and Soap and Comey got me into collecting manga again, and I'm like, credit card debt, awesome. Woohoo!
That's why I work.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just love collecting manga so much and reading it. And I'm actually very far behind on, actually, I was talking to another voice actor the other day about it, how far behind we are on reading manga, because the other day I literally had to re-download the Shonen Jump app, and I'm like, oh, it's been that long.
A minute.
Yep. They had to uninstall.
It's the same way for me for webtoons.
Yep. I'm not even daring touching that. My partner does, and I'm like, I will get in trouble. Yep, exactly. I have so much work to do. I will not get anything done. So before we go, I see Bluey in the background, and I know this is an anime podcast, but what is your favorite Bluey episode?
Oh man. I know I keep saying like, oh God, like what? I keep saying after every question, the questions are so good. Which kudos to you. I appreciate good interview questions.
Thank you.
If I'm looking for something hilarious,
Mhm.
what I'll watch over and over again is Facey Time Talk.
Oh, so
when
good.
Muffin steals her dad's phone and is on Facey Time, and that cracks me up every single time. As a mom now, watching Baby Race
Oh,
is a huge one for me because I can relate to Chili so much. Since Bluey was her first baby,
yeah.
trying to be perfect at everything and reading the books and being like, okay, now he's sitting, now he's rolling over. What do I do? Like, what's next? And realizing, like, at the time, there were lots of moments where I felt like I was doing something wrong, but it's
Yeah.
really just my baby wanting me. So Bluey, for me, is a show that I don't think is just for kids. I think it's for everyone.
Mhm.
It's a fabulous platform for storytelling, the art design, and having hard discussions and talking about hard things and making them so easy for people to relate to and not making it so traumatizing that you don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Talking about things of loss and death and friendships and just the way they explain things, I think is perfect for anybody.
Mhm.
And that's why I like it, also because it makes me laugh. And I've had lots of people ask me, like, is my child going to be a Bluey, a Bingo, or a Muffin? I don't know. That's the part of the fun.
Yeah.
To find out.
Mhm.
But yes, the most emotional one for me right now is the Baby Race.
Yeah.
And the funniest one for me is Facey Time.
Yeah.
Kills me.
Every time. Anytime Muffin just screams.
Love it.
Like the episode where they're playing charades with Nana, and she's like, I want to be a ballerina. Yeah.
She's like, I need a tutu.
Yep.
And I need a music.
Yep.
And I need this card. Yep.
Yep.
And
So good.
that is a toddler.
Yeah.
I have an adorable niece, and that is exactly how they act. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and honestly, I agree. I think Baby Race is my favorite. Because we go to sleep to it, like go to sleep to Bluey every night. My cat watches Bluey as he falls asleep with us on the bed. Yeah. Yeah. And every time Baby Race comes on, it's the end where like Bluey is like looking at.
Yep.
Oh.
I know. I cry. I like cry every time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like,
it's gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Don't make me cry now on your podcast.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Nope.
Tear tax.
Yep. And one that gets my partner all the time is when Bluey sings the whole her whatever she's saying in the "Who can you get the milk" or whatever.
Oh, can you get the milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah,
Love it.
you so much for being on.
Oh, you're so welcome, and thank you. I've had a great time. It doesn't even occur to me that it's been an hour.
I know.
So
I looked up and I was like, oh shit.
I appreciate you so much and taking the time and reaching out to me. And your questions and your podcast is such a treasure. So just keep doing what you love.
Okay, you're gonna make me cry now. God damn it.
Keep doing it. Keep doing what you love. I will vouch for your skills and for also just your attention to detail when people are talking. Because you bring up things that I said, and I was like, oh yeah, I did say that. It goes a long way as someone who interviews someone else. So it's well done. So.
Oh well, oh my God, it's payback. Yeah, exactly. Where can the lovely people find you?
You can find me. I'm on all platforms. Just my name, Kelsey Poppen, no spaces. I'm pretty easy to find. My last name is unique in itself.
Yeah.
It's Poppen, not IN.
Mm-hmm.
But I am on Instagram, Twitter. You can find me in those places. I do have a TikTok, but I have not used it in a while. Yeah. So maybe in the future, but I'm most active on Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky as well.
Heck yeah. All right. All those links will be down the description. You can follow me at Corky Cosplays on Instagram, Adam Corky everywhere else. Subscribe to the Patreon. You get the episode a day early, as well as exclusive content and the exclusive BTS. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. We got there. Yeah, subscribe to
it.
that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.